Hello, and thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Today's episode is going to be titled, Do Not Expect People to Understand You. Realistically, we live in a world where most of us hope to be understood by others. It is natural to desire that someone comprehends our thoughts, emotions, and experiences. However, it is essential to recognize that just because we wish for something does not guarantee it will occur. At times, people simply will not understand us, and expecting them to do so can lead to unnecessary frustration. The desire for understanding is meaningful and can be deeply fulfilling when it occurs, yet it should not be treated as a constant entitlement. If others fail to grasp our perspective, it is not necessarily a reflection of our value or the validity of our experiences. Each individual is the primary expert on their own life. Consequently, when someone misunderstands our motivations, choices, or beliefs, it can naturally provoke feelings of irritation or disappointment. The key lies in achieving balance. One can approach interactions with the acknowledgement that partial understanding may occur. Some people may grasp certain aspects of our lives or empathize with specific circumstances, yet complete comprehension is not guaranteed. Maintaining an open mind is crucial, particularly because individual experiences are often complex and nuanced, and not everyone will have the context necessary to understand them fully. For instance, in my personal life, it is challenging for others to comprehend that I do not enjoy traditional socializing or frequenting bars to meet new people. My priorities and preferences do not align with conventional expectations of social interaction. I value meaningful one-on-one connections over large social gatherings. This approach is particularly compatible with the digital age, where meeting someone online, engaging in conversation, and building a relationship over distance has become a practical and fulfilling alternative. Many individuals project their preferences onto others, assuming that what works for them must work for everyone. Some prefer in-person interactions, believing that the traditional social model is universally desirable. However, my circumstances are different. My life largely revolves around work and home responsibilities, leaving limited time or interest for extensive social engagement. Recognizing that not everyone shares the same priorities is essential for maintaining patience and self-awareness. Digital communication offers flexibility and convenience. I can engage with others on my own schedule, pause interactions when necessary, and resume them without the immediate pressure of in-person engagement. For me, this approach is effective and enjoyable, yet it may be unfamiliar or even frustrating to those who prioritize traditional social interactions. Understanding this difference is vital, as it highlights the broader principle that people's preferences, needs, and limitations vary widely. It is important to note that understanding exists on a spectrum. People may grasp surface-level explanations without fully appreciating the deeper meaning behind them. For example, someone might understand why an individual might steal due to financial hardship, but may never internalize that perspective to the point of acting similarly themselves. Understanding is nuanced, and it is rarely binary. One can partially comprehend another's experience without fully inhabiting it. With this in mind, I have come to approach interactions with greater tolerance and acceptance. When others fail to understand my circumstances, misinterpret my words, or misjudge my actions, I no longer feel compelled to hold it against them. Often, even the most thorough explanations may be filtered through another person's biases, assumptions, or intentions. People interpret information according to their own frameworks, sometimes without a genuine openness to understand. Recognizing that not everyone seeks understanding is critical. Some individuals may engage with us to judge, mock, or project their own agendas. Distinguishing between those who genuinely attempt to comprehend and those who do not is essential for navigating relationships effectively. The realization that even people closest to us, partners, friends, or family, may not fully understand us underscores the importance of self-awareness. Relationships can highlight this dynamic profoundly. Romantic partners, for instance, may seem to understand us deeply, yet misunderstandings often emerge over time, sometimes contributing to conflict, separation, or divorce. Accepting that complete understanding from others is not guaranteed allows us to approach relationships with more realistic expectations and less resentment. The most reliable understanding comes from within. Each individual possesses unique insight into their own thoughts, motivations, and experiences. Even self-understanding is partial and evolving, but it generally surpasses the understanding others can provide. Part of life's journey involves exploring who we are, yet acknowledging that others will likely have a more limited comprehension. This perspective encourages a more measured and healthier approach to social interactions. While it is valuable to seek understanding, it is equally important to recognize that it is not always necessary. Some individuals may prefer solitude or may not prioritize being fully understood. Accepting this diversity of preferences and needs fosters empathy and reduces the pressure to conform to external expectations. Being understood does not automatically translate to being liked, supported, or valued. It is a distinct dimension of human interaction, separate from approval or affection. Misconceptions can arise when individuals conflate understanding with acceptance or desire, leading to unrealistic expectations or disappointment. Recognizing this distinction can prevent frustration and help maintain a grounded perspective on relationships and communication. In practice, this mindset encourages patience, openness, and discernment. We approach conversations with awareness that understanding may be partial, uneven, or absent. We learn to identify when others are genuinely attempting to comprehend and when their intentions diverge from empathy. By doing so, we cultivate more realistic expectations and healthier emotional boundaries. Embracing this mindset does not preclude meaningful connection. When someone does understand us, whether partially or deeply, it is a rare and valuable experience. Such moments should be appreciated and cherished. Understanding is layered and nuanced, and even limited comprehension can create significant emotional resonance and connection. The complexity of understanding reflects the broader reality of human interaction. People are shaped by diverse experiences, beliefs, and priorities, influencing how they perceive and respond to others. Recognizing this complexity allows for a more nuanced and flexible approach to social engagement, reducing frustration and fostering empathy. It is important to know understanding is not a static achievement, but a dynamic process. It can evolve over time as individuals share experiences, clarify perspectives, and develop empathy. Patience and openness are essential components of cultivating meaningful understanding, whether in personal, professional, or social contexts. At the same time, it is crucial to acknowledge the limitations of this process. No matter how thorough or sincere an explanation may be, some individuals will remain unable or unwilling to grasp our perspective. Accepting this reality is liberating, as it frees us from the burden of seeking universal comprehension or validation. Equally, projecting one's preferences onto others can be counterproductive. Assuming that someone should enjoy the same modes of interaction or engagement can create tension and misunderstanding. Recognizing and respecting differences in approach, priorities, and temperament is essential for maintaining healthy relationships. For example, in digital communication, I find it more effective to engage selectively, prioritize meaningful conversations, and interact on my own schedule. Others may prefer spontaneous in-person socializing. Neither approach is inherently superior. Each reflects individual circumstances, preferences, and constraints. Understanding these differences is key to avoiding conflict and fostering mutual respect. Self-awareness is central to navigating these dynamics. Knowing one's own preferences, limitations, and needs provides a foundation for communicating effectively with others. It allows for the establishment of boundaries, clear expectations, and realistic assessments of what understanding is possible in any given interaction. Equally, it is essential to recognize that others' understanding will vary according to their own experiences and biases. Even well-intentioned individuals may struggle to fully grasp perspectives that differ significantly from their own. Accepting this variability reduces frustration and allows for more productive, empathetic engagement. Understanding is often multi-layered. Surface-level comprehension may differ significantly from deeper insight. Someone may acknowledge a circumstance or choice without fully appreciating its emotional, practical, or philosophical significance. Recognizing these layers helps manage expectations and fosters clearer communication. Anyways, thank you for listening to this episode of the Moore's October Rants. Signing out, have a good one, guys. Goodbye for now.